So is the game plan now for the next, let's call it 30 years, to basically go and buy or start one to two businesses every single year indefinitely?
Yes, I mean, I'm an opportunist. So if there's four good or five good opportunities that present themselves, let's do it. I'm ready to go for that. And then there might be a 2-year period where I don't start a single one. And that's another thing to clarify is all of these have been started from scratch.
Mm,
And I do intend to buy. I'm inspired by a lot of my friends that are buying and doing roll ups. That we meet on Twitter and run into them, and I've gotten to hang out with some people in real life as well that are doing that. And I feel like I'm capable of that. I want to do that, and there's lots of money that's interested in co-investing into those sorts of strategies, and so I foresee buying in the near future.
yeah, I was gonna say you've also got a really good playbook too, where like you say you essentially won't start a business unless it makes money from day one, which I think is really smart because I think a lot of people kid themselves into thinking that like it's okay to run this high revenue, low profit business for a year or two because year three is when we're gonna really reap the reward. I think you're a pretty straight shooter in the sense that like you're like, no, we're making money from day one and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be candid. I mean, I had to start a new LLC recently, and there was some things that were swirling in a very specific industry, and people came to me for help, and I said, "Hey, let's start this." I haven't hired an operator for it yet. I will, and that business just is starting out making 11K a month, and
Damn.
and it's high margin, and
Yeah.
so that's great. That's awesome. And I don't say that to brag. It's just that's the sort of stuff that I want to do where I say, hey, from day zero, no one's hurting,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
and we're not worried that we're gonna bleed out. And so that's I'd rather be patient and wait for opportunities like that.
What sort of opportunities are you seeing that other people might be able to act on if they don't really have a business right now, but they
Mhm.
want to hustle, they want to make some cash flow? Where would you recommend that, they start looking? Are we talking dumpster rentals? Are we, HVAC or
Yeah.
anything along those lines that you'd recommend they check out?
Yeah, I would definitely not say either of those because of just the capital required, right? And so if
Right.
I want someone to ease their way into something and not, ruin their life, I'd rather them start with something that's near zero cost to them to start and provide some sort of service. And I'd really like them to do something in a specific industry. So, there's a guy at Grant's Journey. I got to meet up with him in person. You can see him on Twitter. He's great. And he is doing video and photo for ecom.
Smart.
And, kind of like almost like a Suna Studios sort of vibe as a one-off. I think he's doing a little bit differently. And that's a great example where he said, I'm going to be specific. I have this specific skill set. I'm going to take it and go apply it to one industry, and I'm going to go ask for business and try. I think that's a great model where he doesn't have a lot of costs. He's being specific. Here's this service for this industry. I'm good at it. Here's a couple testimonials, and and see how it goes. So that's where I would direct someone.